I mean, Arsenal are still my favourites to go on and win the league, and a lot of that for me stems from I think they've had a good window, and I wanted to get your take on that actually. Forget the young lad they've signed, Jacob Kawaro, I think is his name, centre back, but Trossard and Jorginho. Do you think that isn't? We all knew they needed depth to win the league. I think most Arsenal fans admitted we need to buy it if we're going to secure it. Do you think Trossard and Jorginho are going to be enough for them to fend City off for the next 19 games?
Well, they only signed them this week, and according to most of their fans, they were already better than us without them. So we've signed nobody and let our first choice left back go, and they've signed 2 more players. So by their logic now, they should be ready to win the league, no problem. I think Trossard's a good signing. He's Premier League proven. He's really, really good. I think Jorginho's a good signing. I think he keeps it moving in the middle of the park. I think he's one of them players that don't get a lot of credit, but in that Arsenal team, I think he'll be a bit like the water carrier that they said about Deschamps, just going about his business, doing it nicely, ticking it along. So listen, Arsenal have got a great squad. Arsenal are playing really, really well. Arsenal, I can't say anything bad about them, but you know, I'm just putting it out there from how I feel as a Man City fan, and I don't buy into this. When we get to the Emirates, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. I've heard it all before. I've heard it with Liverpool, you know, in the title running. I've heard all that before, but we just got to do what we do. Forget Arsenal, concentrate on Manchester City, concentrate on getting back in these runs that we can go on. And listen, if it goes to the wire, it goes to the wire. If Arsenal pip us to it, then congratulations. But anyone that writes Manchester City off would be a very foolish person.
Yeah, a comment here from Nick says Arsenal will really not have any excuses to hide behind as they have signed who they did. I'm a gooner, by the way, and I think that's true. I think Arsenal. No, I've titled the video today what the majority of gooners that sit on the terrace have said. Arsenal are going to win the league. That's the inspiration around the title. And obviously, I'm going to ask Steve that question, and we'll come to that in a moment. But I do think Nick's right. Arsenal don't have any excuses now. They've bought in the window. They've bought. I think I said it would have been a brilliant signing, but they have bought a Euros winning, an international tournament winning, and a Champions League winning, experienced midfielder who's been here and done it and worn the t-shirt, who is better, in my opinion, at controlling the play in the middle than anybody they've got. Partey's got that energy that he doesn't, but threading the defense to the attack, I think Jorginho is brilliant at doing that. So I don't know about what you think. Well, I think that Arsenal have no excuses now, other than City were better than us. That's the only excuse they've got left, in my opinion, is City are better than us if they don't win the league.
Well, you know, it is what it is. There's a lot of good Arsenal fans out there at the minute that are humble and they know what the team's doing, and you can have an honest conversation with them about it. And there's a lot that are getting far too excited, but you expect that with them being top of the league. All I'm saying is, I said it last week, no one's won nothing yet. Nothing. Wait till that last 10 games when they're coming thick and fast and you can't even draw and it's getting a bit mad. That's when we judge a team. And like I said, if they go on and win it, fair play to them, because the best team always wins a league. I've said it. But, you know, Manchester City, we've won 4 out of the last 5 titles. People need to respect it. You know, we're not just turned up and we're 8 points behind and, you know, all of a sudden we're a bad side. We're doing what we need to do. We're not quite at the races yet, but we'll get there. Don't worry about it. We're gonna fight for the title to the last day, and the best team will win.
I hear that. Jordan here says Arteta is going to play Jorginho, Partey, Xhaka, and Odegaard in the midfield against City and totally dictate the game, is what Jordan Davis has got to say here. I mean, it could. I mean, I'm so excited about that game, just from a neutral point of view to watch it. The FA Cup game was good, but I felt like it was a warm-up, if that made sense. It felt like an appetizer for the league. Blue here, who's a City fan, says they have already written us off. Do you feel a little bit like too many people are writing City off? Do you feel like that's happening far too much at the minute?
Yeah, I don't mind that. Everyone's got their own opinion and they're entitled to it. You know, if people want to write teams off. Last season, all I heard was how Liverpool was going to catch us. City were crumbling. You're going to throw it away, this, that, and the other. We lost in the Champions League to Real Madrid. Apparently, we'd bottled it. We bottled the league. Liverpool are coming. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. Even at 2-0 down against Aston Villa, hundreds of people in the DMs, you've bottled it. You've bottled the league. You've bottled this. And then after the game, every message is retracted. So people get carried away, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we just got to do what we do. Arsenal have got the noses in front at the minute. Fair play to them, you know. So, you know, we're going to do what we need to do. We just got to step it up a bit.
I hear you on that. This super chat here says, definitely a lot of work from now until the end of the season. I will never discount City until May. We have to respect City. They're a fantastic team, is what Red White's Pepe has got to say here. Arsenal fan here. How many Prems, please? What do you mean?
Don't know.
I don't know what that means. I mean, City have more than Arsenal. Arsenal have more than Tottenham. I don't know. Yeah, and Liverpool. United have 13. I don't know what you mean, Jermaine. Sorry, bro. I don't think anyone has said City is a bad side. Yeah, I don't think that's what Steve's alluding to, though. I think Steve's just saying like that, writing them off. But then you do get this. You get like Screen Boy here that says rattled City fan, awesome. Steve rattled. I don't know. Steve rattled. I don't know. I didn't come across rattled to me.
Listen, it's a matter about opinions, isn't it? You know what I mean? You only have to say something nobody likes, and you're rattled. But I'm not rattled, mate.
Oh, sorry. Jermaine has said that is what he meant. Like, who's won the most Prems? Yeah. City, you've got the second most amount of Prems now, right?
Yeah.
United, City. I would then assume Chelsea. Chelsea must have 4.
Yeah.
Or maybe 5. And then Arsenal got. Do you know what I get weirded out with Arsenal sometimes? It sometimes confuses me. They've only got 4 Premier League titles. I know they've got 13 in total, but sometimes I feel like they won more than that. But yeah, Fergie stopped them so many times. It's crazy when you think about it. And then Chelsea did. So yeah, absolute crazy. This comment here says, this Arsenal fan here, Akil says, as Arsenal fans, we need to stay humble till we win it. But that's not going to happen, though, is it? Especially online. You know, we were talking backstage. Like, online fans are different nowadays. Do you know what I mean? Like, online fans tell match-going fans what to say and do. It's.
Yeah, I mean, I was at the game Friday, and the AFTV lot were there, and they're happy what they're doing. They're proud of the team, and I love that. You should be, you know what I mean, and they respect it. But when you're talking to them, there's still that little sense like we've not done it yet. We need to keep on going. So I get that. It's all right online. These people online, they've got no face. They can say what they want, do what they want. You know what I mean? That's great. Get on with it. But the people that are going week in, week out, like them boys at AFTV, they're living it and breathing it. And I'm the same. And them title runnings are hard because it affects your life. I told you last week, it's horrendous, man. It made me ill last year. It made me ill, like bad. I was like flying from Madrid to London and then back out to Madrid and coming back to Wolves and then Southampton on a Monday night and then driving down to, I was all over the place. And when we got that league at the end and we won it, it's a massive relief. But listen, it doesn't always have to be about hatred and you're this and you're that. I respect football and I respect that Arsenal have come out of nowhere and they're in a title challenge and you've got to respect that. And I respect Liverpool last few years for taking us to 90 odd points and running us all the way. I respect it. I love it. I'm part of it. You know, I'd rather be in title races and I'd rather feel the pressure than be sat mid-table in May, literally not doing anything, not in Europe, not in relegation, just floating about. So I'm getting ready for it. I'm getting ready for the Champions League. I'm getting ready for the game against Arsenal, but we got to get Spurs out of the way on Sunday. We never won at the new White Hart Lane. We've never even scored a goal, so that's worrying me more about Arsenal.
Well, yeah, I mean, you as a club, you want your manager focusing on that game right now. And I wanted to ask you about that before we get back to Arsenal and then top 4 predictions. Spurs are in an interesting position. There's going to be no Conte this weekend. He's had to have his gallbladder removed or something done to his gallbladder. So wishing him well, especially with the horrendous sort of bad luck. Unfortunately, I think the group of his friends, including Vialli, like he's lost like 3 of his closest friends in the space of a year, which is just heartbreaking. So him getting ill is obviously going to be a horrible time for him and his family. But there's going to be no Conte on the sidelines. Spurs have been in awful form. How does that make you more confident, or is it just it feels like a bogey club? Like what's going through your head?
Just you know yourself when you have these grounds where you never seem to do all right. I mean, Anfield for us, when the fans are in it, we can't get a result there. I go there and everything about it feels wrong. I go to Tottenham, I get the same vibe. You know, we go there and everyone's like, oh, Tottenham's in the mud now. You're going to win this. You're going to do that. And I hate it when everyone says that because we've just got this block there where we just don't seem to turn up. So I'm thinking one day we're going to break it. So why not Sunday? I mean, Conte, I wish him the best. You know what I mean? He's having an operation or whatever. But you don't know if his assistant's going to think this is my big chance. I'm running the side. Let's have it and get them all motivated. Or you don't know if he's going to be useless and Spurs looking for inspiration on the touchline. He's not got it and Spurs get beat. So I really just haven't got a clue what's going to happen Sunday.
Yeah, it's one of those games where with Spurs' form, I would say City got this, but they turn up. This is a game they turn up for under multiple managers, no matter who it is. They always, even under Nuno, they beat you, and they were awful under him. So, yeah, it could go anyway. But we won't know one thing for sure: Arsenal fans are Spurs fans on Sunday, 110%. And I want to draw really because I'd love United to be able to catch you. I don't think we will, but I'd love to get closer this season. But equally, I don't want Spurs gaining on us. Like we can create a nice cushion between whoever's in fifth and top four. Like that's really positive for us. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Viewers, what do you think about the game? What's your predictions for it? I would like to know. This comment here says most of who supports the Terrace are people who don't go to matches, i.e. online fans. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with online fans. That wasn't what I was stating, but online fans and match-going fans seem to have wars sometimes, which I don't understand. It's almost some people can't get to games for certain reasons. It might be because you literally live 5,000 miles away. It could be financial. Equally, fans that go to games getting told what to do by fans that aren't at the games. I find it all like, I think telling anybody how to support a team is wrong. You can challenge what they do, but kind of like you're not a real fan if you do this is kind of weird. Again, unless it's legit, sort of like I think Man United fans who go online and say Fergie's overrated, I don't see them as Man United fans. I'll be blunt, because that for me is just it's a comment you're putting out purely for attention. But I feel like if a match-going City fan has an opinion on Pep that you think's too positive, and you're an online fan, you say, well, you're not a real City fan. I just think, who are you to tell him he's not a real fan? That's what I'm talking about. But of course, I respect online fans. I am one now. So yeah, I get where you're coming from completely. But yeah, it's one of those things for me. I just feel like I don't know if you get it. There's sometimes a war between match-going fans and online fans, and I don't quite understand when this started, really.
No, I don't either. I get a lot of online fans, a lot of foreign fans that DM me. I speak to a lot of them. A lot of them just really want to know about the game, or they appreciate it when you put a little bit of content up at the match so they see what's happening and that. And listen, as long as we're all, as long as all the City fans are pulling in the same direction and we're all together and we all support the team, I ain't got a problem with it. You do get negative ones. You do get ones that don't understand. You do get differences of opinions, but you get that in every fan base. But it is what it is. I just tend to, if I can help people, if I can give people an insight into the club that's different to what they're used to, then great. But if anyone's coming at me with a load of nonsense and it's not my opinion, I just tend to swerve it.
No, I totally agree. And look, I think the international fans, especially and online fans, as they're sort of referred to, are important, especially in the modern day world. They're the people that bring in large amounts of the money, because if everybody was just at games and people weren't watching on TV, the money wouldn't be there for all of our clubs to kind of dominate the European teams financially as we are now. So I think everybody plays a part. But I think there are certain occasions where you can call someone's level of support out, if that makes sense. If they're saying things that are just egregious, that go against the principles of your club. For instance, there's a guy online who literally says that, truly believes that Wayne Rooney wasn't any better than Dirk Kuyt. I just find opinions like that. No one believes that in the history of football. You're saying it for attention, but you're saying it from pretending to be a Man United fan. That bothers me, because I just think you're deliberately being nasty about a club legend for attention from rivals. That doesn't make any sense to me. And
a
stuff
lot of
like
it,
that.
yeah, a lot of it's just to get a reaction from things. I get it all the time myself. I've had one this morning that's called me a Main Road loser fan, because apparently I was supported City at Main Road. And apparently I don't want Manchester City to win the Champions League because I've said that we don't need to sign anyone. But I'm just, that's not even worth a reply to me. So I just sort of laughed it off. But you're going to get difference of opinions. It's different age groups. The online's massive. it is what it is. Just everyone's just got to try and learn to get along. If you've got a different opinion, let's talk it out and let's have it. I love all that. If someone's opinion is different, I love that. But it's all the hate and the vile and the spewing and all the nastiness that goes with it. It's just not got time for it, man.
No, I totally agree.